Good morning, welcome to this morning jolt. Just have a few sips of that coffee or whatever else your morning helper is, and just consider this because we're going to look at Hebrews 13:9, and I want to look at it a little bit in detail, which is sort of unusual for these morning simple thoughts. So let's just read Hebrews 13:9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart may be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. And so this is setting a picture of like the priest eating from the altar, and how we have an altar, Jesus, and the sacrifice is also Jesus. So we are actually eating from him. This is our life, that we're fellowshipping with Jesus. He's giving us life. He's giving us his life. And this is the picture, that he is giving us his life and we are fellowshipping with him, and in that fellowship we're alive. And the writer of the epistle of the Hebrews was very concerned with this, that they would be misled by other teachers, and as they had been misled. And this is evidently talking here about a table, an altar, and a feast. And this is another kind than a feast than what I would prepare naturally, or you would prepare naturally, because there is nothing natural about the grace of God. It is entirely supernatural, and it provides a possibility for us to receive anything that God would give us. That's the importance of the table of grace, that we're fellowshipping God in grace, actually. So I just want to look at this verse 9, because it points out some things that false meats or a false table will give to us. And here it says, there are diverse and strange doctrines. So there are diverse and various doctrines. So there are many different doctrines. They are inconsistent between themselves. The one thing that they agree on is that the pure doctrine of the Bible, of the New Testament, of the message of grace is incorrect. That's the one thing where they all agree. Also, they are strange doctrines. They are unacquainted. They are foreign. They are not the same sound as what the Apostle Paul, the Apostle Peter, John, what the Gospels, what the Holy Spirit has ministered to us. They are strange. They are somehow different. Also, they are unsettling. They are distracting in a way, because here it says it's a good thing for the heart to be established with grace. And he's saying that in contrast with these doctrines are not settling. They are not establishing. They are not giving you a firm foundation. They are, the grace of God establishing our heart, us fellowshipping with God at the table of grace, establishing our heart. This is an excellent thing, because our heart gets established. It gets rooted and becomes firm, and we become steady. But these doctrines, they are always being tossed back and forth, and we're terrified, and we're ashamed, and we're guilty, and the whole thing goes on. And that's the purpose of these doctrines. Now, we are weak. We always fall into these different things, and yes, we can be tossed around, but these doctrines are directed at making you that way, and fixing you in that situation. Also, these doctrines that it's talking about, they are low. They are not high. They are not mighty. They are not powerful. They are not exalted. They are about keeping the holy day, and about abstaining from this meat or that drink, or behaving that way, or getting that kind of haircut, or not getting that kind of thing, or whatever it is. And that's like it's low. It's not something serious. Also, it says here that they have not profited. They are unprofitable. Okay, when you eat at another table, not the table of grace, it doesn't profit you, because that's just not going to feed you. You will not be able to take in those truths as from God, and that's the terribleness of it. Sorry about that. That's the horrendous nature of it. That you're being taught from another table, and it's kind of useless for you. It is not something that you can take in and you can fellowship with. And also these doctrines, it says actually that these teachings, exclude you from the table of grace. Yeah, they exclude you from the table of grace, because the next verse says that we have an altar. We have Jesus, who is our altar, and we eat at that altar, and that's a different story. And that's why the table of grace is so important for us, because all other tables are quote unquote feeding us. They're not really feeding us, but they're feeding us this way, that we just that Hebrews 13:9 just described. And avoid those tables. If you're at one of those tables, just stand up and walk away and come to the table of grace. God bless you.